Welcome to Brain Busters. I'm Joe. Today our three contestants are Colin, Ethan, and Alex. This game is played in 2 rounds. In the first round, there are 3 categories with 3 questions. The person with control of the board picks a category and the point values, and I'll read the question. If you know the answer, you raise your hand. The person with their hand raised first and the person is the person I call on. You may only answer a question once. Before we start, we are going to take a minute to meet our contestants. Contestant 1, tell us something about yourself. We'll start with Alex.
My name is Alex. My favorite food is steak.
Ethan, tell us something about yourself.
My name is Ethan, and I like to bully Colin.
Yeah.
Colin, tell us something about yourself.
My name's Colin, and Ethan really bullies me. Yeah.
Okay, so since Ethan is a first-time player, we'll be calling on him first. So Ethan, pick a category and a question.
I'll pick music 300.
Okay, Music 300. The song That's What I Like in 2018, the song of the year is by this artist. Alex, hand up first.
Bruno Mars.
That is correct. It is Bruno Mars.
I knew that.
No idea.
Okay, so since Alex answered correctly, he gets the next choice.
Music 200.
This California Girl is tied with Michael Jackson for the most #1 songs on a single album. Colin.
Katy Perry?
Katy Perry is correct. Okay, Colin, since you answered that correctly, you got the next choice.
Food 300.
Trying to make chocolate cookies. This famous cookie was invented by accident when the chocolate didn't melt in vanilla cookies. Alex.
Black and white cookie.
That is incorrect. Colin, you would like to take a
Is
shot?
it chocolate chip cookies?
That is correct. So 300 points for Colin. All right, so Colin, since you got that right, next question.
Food 200.
Geno's or Pat's is a debate over this famous Philadelphia food. Colin again.
Philly cheesesteak?
Philly cheesesteak is correct. All right, so Colin, you got that correct again. Would you like to choose?
Food 100.
What U.S. city is known for its deep dish pizza? That was Alex.
New York City.
That is incorrect. Ethan.
Is it Chicago?
Chicago is correct.
Let's go.
All right, so Ethan, you got that right. You get to choose the next question.
Music 100.
Lil Nas X teamed up with this unlikely artist to create the hit Old Town Road. Colin.
Billy Ray Cyrus?
Billy Ray Cyrus is correct. Alrighty, Colin, you got that right. Now you have to choose from the president's category. So exciting.
President's 100.
Colin, if you don't get this right, we're going to have to send you back to first grade, or if any of you don't get this right. Who was our first president? Alex.
George Washington.
George Washington is correct. All right, Alex, since you got that right, you have to choose between President's 200 and President's 300.
President 200.
Who was our youngest elected president? Colin.
Was it Obama?
Obama is incorrect.
What that is?
Alex.
George Washington.
George Washington is incorrect. Ethan.
JFK.
JFK is correct.
Let's go.
Okay. So we only have one option left, and it's President's 300. This was our longest serving president, Colin.
FDR?
FDR is correct. So I think Colin dominated this first round with a score of 1,190.
relax.
Ethan is in last with a score of 200, and Alex has 400, which
I'm gonna
makes
stop.
Colin a two-time winner, but it's not over yet, as we still do
gonna
have
stop.
the lightning round. So we'll catch you after the break there.
I need to relax.
Welcome back to Brainbusters. This is the lightning round. Here's how it works. The person with the least amount of points picks between the two categories. I will ask all 5 questions in that category before moving on to the second category. The person with the most amount of points at the end of the round is our champion. Ethan, you have the lowest score. You pick the first category.
I'm gonna pick sports.
All right, so we start off with Sports 100. The 2021 Super Bowl 55 champions. Alex.
Buccaneers.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers is correct. So we move on to Sports 200. In bowling, 3 of these are called a turkey. Ethan.
Strikes.
And strikes
go.
are correct. So we move on to Sports 300. In baseball, how many outs must a pitcher get for a perfect game? That was Colin.
27.
27 is correct. Sports 400. How many yards are there on a football field? Alex?
100.
100 and 120 with end zones is an optional answer, but 100 is correct. Sports 500. What is the term used when a player scores 3 times in a hockey game? I believe that was Ethan.
Hat trick.
A hat trick is correct.
Let's go.
So we are done with the sports category. After the sports category, go into the math category. The score is Colin in the lead with 1,400, Ethan in second with 1,000, making a comeback from last place, and Alex with 600. So let's start off the math category. Math 100. What is the order of operation? Colin.
PEMDAS.
Oh.
Parentheses,
Oh.
exponents,
say it.
multiplication, division,
Yeah.
addition, and subtraction, which ends up going to be PEMDAS, is correct. We'll give that to Colin, an extra 100 points. Math 200. What is the total when you add all the angles of a triangle? That was Alex.
180.
180 is correct. So 200 points for Alex. Math 300. What is the number for pi? That was Ethan.
3.14.
3.14 is correct. That is 300
Let's
points for
go.
Ethan, so Ethan is still in this game. Math 400. How many sides does a decagon have? That was close, but I'll give it to Ethan.
10.
10 is correct, which puts Ethan in the lead with a score of 1,700. But Colin, if you want to be a 2-time champion, you have to get this last one correct. What is the formula for the Pythagorean Theorem? I believe that was Alex.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared is correct, but the 500 points is still going to keep Alex in last place, which means in last place, Alex has a score of, in second place, no, that says 1,000. In last place, Alex has a score of 1,000. In second place, Colin has a score of 1,500. And the first-time player and the first-time winner, Ethan, with 1,700. So that is
Let's go.
Brainbusters. I'm Joe with Ethan, Alex, and Colin. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Welcome to Brainbusters. I'm Teddy Scalora. Today our 3 contestants are Brianna Bowen, Jason Schmidt, and Jackson Wenz. The game is played in 2 rounds. In the first round, there are 3 categories with 3 questions. The person with control of the board picks a category and point value, and I will read the question. If you know the answer, you raise your hand. The person with their hand raised first is the person I call on. You may only answer a question once. Before we start, we are going to take a minute to meet our contestants. Brianna, tell us something about yourself.
Hi, I play softball.
Jason, tell us something about yourself.
I am a 3-time golf state champ.
Jackson, tell us something about yourself.
Currently the best in the world right now.
Brianna, pick a category and a point value.
Music 100.
Lil Nas X team up with this unlikely artist to create the hit Old Town Road.
Who is Billy Ray Cyrus?
Yep.
Do I pick?
Yeah, Jason.
Let's do food 200.
Geno's or Pat's is a debate over this famous Philadelphia food. Jackson?
Cheesesteaks?
Yep. Jackson?
Food for 300?
Trying to make chocolate cookies. This famous cookie was invented by accident when the chocolate didn't melt in the vanilla cookies. Jackson?
Sugar cookie?
No.
No.
Snickerdoodle.
No. Does no one have an answer? Chocolate chip cookies. Brianna, your pick.
Presidents 100.
Who was our first president? Brianna?
George Washington.
Yep. Jason?
Let's do food 100.
What U.S. city is known for its deep dish pizza? Jackson?
Chicago?
Yeah. Jackson, your pick.
Presidents for 300?
This was our longest serving president. Jackson?
George Washington?
No.
Abe Lincoln?
Does anyone have the answer? Franklin Roosevelt. Brianna, your pick.
Music 300.
That's What I Like, the 2018 Song of the Year is by this artist.
Bruno
Brianna?
Mars.
Yep. Jason?
Let's do music 200.
This California girl is tied with Michael Jackson for most #1 songs on a single album. Jackson?
Katy Perry?
Yeah.
I knew that.
Jackson?
Presidents for 200?
Who is our youngest elected president?
Barack Obama.
No. Jackson?
Bill Clinton?
No.
JFK?
Yeah. When we come back, it's the lightning round. 10 questions with 3,000 points up for grabs. This is still anyone's game. The score is Brianna has 400, Jason has 300, Jackson has 500. We will be right back after this. Welcome back to Brain Busters. This is the lightning round. Here's how it works. The person with the least amount of points picks between the two categories. I will ask all 5 questions in that category button before moving on the second category. The person with the most points in the end of the round is our champion. Jason, you have the lowest score. You pick the first category.
Let's go with sports.
The 2020 Super Bowl 55 champion is?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yep. In bowling, 3 of these are called a turkey. Jackson?
Strikes?
Yeah. In baseball, how many outs must a pitcher get for a perfect game? Jason?
What is 21?
No. Jackson?
Oh, I'm thinking of
27.
Yeah. How many yards are there on a football field? Jason?
100.
Jason? How
What?
many?
Huh?
Jason?
120.
Yeah.
Well, it was both of them. So.
What is the term used when a player scores 3 times in a hockey game? Jackson?
Hat trick.
Yeah. What is the order of operations? Brianna?
Tendas.
Yeah. Well, yeah, same thing. What is the total when you add all the angles of a triangle? Jason?
180.
Yeah. What is the number for pi? Jackson?
3.14.
Yeah. How many sides does a decagon have? Jackson?
8.
No.
10.
Yeah. What is the formula for the Pythagorean Theorem? Jason?
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Yeah. The score is now Brianna has 500, Jason has 2,000, Jackson has 1,800.
Let's
Congratulations, Jason. You have won today's episode of Brain Busters. Well, that's all the time we have for today on Brain Busters. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to Brain Busters. I'm Caitlin. Today our 3 contestants are Emma, Gabby, and Hayden. The game is played in 2 rounds. In the first round, there are 3 categories with 3 questions. The person with control of the board picks a category and point value, and I'll read the question. If you know the answer, raise your hand, and the person with their hand raised first is the person I call on. You may only answer a question once. Before we start, we're going to take a minute to meet our contestants. Emma, tell us something about yourself.
I really like going to the beach.
Gabby, tell us something about yourself.
I love going on vacation with my family.
And Hayden, tell us something about yourself.
My favorite animal is a manatee.
Okay, so let's start with Emma. Pick a category and point value.
Food 100.
What U.S. city is known for its deep dish pizza? Hayden.
Chicago.
That's correct. Okay, so Hayden, pick a category.
Food for 200.
Food for 200. Geno's or Pat's? It is a debate over this famous Philadelphia food. Hayden?
The cheese steak thing.
Cheesesteaks is correct. Okay, so Hayden, pick another one.
Music for 200.
This California girl is tied with Michael Jackson for most #1 songs on a single album. Yeah, Hayden.
Katy Perry.
Yep, that's correct.
Music for 300.
That's What I Like. The 2018 Song of the Year is by this artist. Yeah, Hayden.
Bruno Mars.
That's correct.
Music for 100.
Lil Nas X teamed up with this unlikely artist to create the hit Old Town Road. Yeah, Gabby.
Billy Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus is correct. Okay, your turn.
Food for 300.
Trying to make chocolate cookies. This famous cookie was invented by accident when chocolate didn't melt in vanilla cookies. Yeah, Hayden.
Chocolate chip cookies.
That's correct.
Presidents for 100.
Who was our first president? Yeah, Emma.
For me?
Yeah.
George Washington.
George Washington is correct. Okay, so
Oh,
you pick.
Presidents 200.
Who was our youngest elected president?
JFK.
John F. Kennedy is correct. Last one. This was our longest serving president. Anyone? Okay, time's up. The correct answer was Franklin Roosevelt. So the current score is Emma has 300, Gabby has 100, and Hayden has 1100. So when we come back, it's the lightning round, 10 questions with 3,000 points up for grabs. This is still anyone's game. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Brainbusters. This is the lightning round. Here's how it works. The person with the least amount of points picks between the two categories. I will ask all 5 questions in that category before moving on to the second category. The person with the least amount of points, or the person with the most amount of points at the end of the round is our champion. Gabby, you have the lowest score, so you pick the first category.
Sports for 100.
Okay. The 2021 Super Bowl 55 champions. Yeah,
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
that's correct. In bowling, 3 of these are called a turkey. Hayden?
Strike.
Strike is correct. In baseball, how many outs must a pitcher get for a perfect game? Anyone? Yeah, Hayden?
Never mind. I don't know.
No? Emma?
3.
The correct answer was 27. How many yards are there on a football field? Yeah, Hayden.
100.
100 is correct. 120, including end zones. What is the term used when a player scores 3 times in a hockey game? Hayden?
A hat trick.
Hat trick is correct. So next category, math. What is the order of operations? Hayden?
PEMDAS.
What do they stand for?
Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction.
That's correct. 26. Yep, that's correct. Okay. What is the total when you add all the angles of a triangle? Emma?
180.
180 is correct. What is the number for pi? Emma?
3.14.
3.14 is correct. How many sides does a decagon have, Gabby?
10.
Yep, 10. Last one. What is the formula for Pythagoreans Theorem? Hayden?
A squared plus b squared equals c squared.
That's right. Okay, so, congratulations to, Hayden. You have won today's episode of Brainbusters. Well, that's all the time we have for today on Brainbusters. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to Brainbusters. I'm Matt. Today our 3 contestants are JJ, James, and Tyler. The game is played in 2 rounds. In the first round there are 3 categories with 3 questions. The person with control of the board picks a category and point value. I'll read the questions. If you know the answer, you raise your hand. The person with their hand raised first is the person I'll call on. You may only answer a question once. Before we start, we're going to take a minute to meet our contestants. JJ, tell us something about yourself.
Yo, what's up? I'm from South Florida. Last week I cut my dreads off, so that's what's good right now, you know what I'm saying?
James, tell us something about yourself.
I'm a rapper from LA. I got 3 yachts, 4 Lambos, and my house costs us 60 mil.
All right, Tyler, you tell us something about you.
I run a car business, but in GTA.
All right. Let's start with JJ. Pick a category and a point value.
Let's go food 300.
Food 300. Trying to make chocolate cookies with the famous cookie was invented by accident when the chocolate didn't melt in vanilla cookies. JJ.
Chocolate chip cookies.
There you go. All right, let's go with James next. Is that out of there? How do we get it out of there?
I'll go music 200.
Music 200. This California girl is tied with Michael Jackson for the most #1 songs on a single album.
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry. That's correct. Tyler.
I'm going to go music 300.
Music 300. That's What I Like. The 2018 song of the year is by this artist. I think I saw JJ first.
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars. That's correct. Back to James.
Food 200.
Food 200. Geno's or Pat's? This is a debate over the famous Philadelphia food. Tyler.
Philly cheesesteak.
Cheesesteak. There you go. Back to JJ.
Yeah, let's run a president 100.
You got it. Who's our first president? Oh, I saw Tyler.
George Washington.
George, there you go. Who's up, James?
I think, President's 200.
President's 200. Who was our youngest elected president? Tyler.
FDR.
No. JJ.
Abraham.
No. All right, that's it for that one. Answer is JF Kennedy. Tyler.
I'll go president's 300.
This is our longest serving president. JJ.
Obama.
No. James.
FDR.
No.
Monroe.
No. One more. JJ.
I was going to say Lana Rhodes, too.
Nope.
What?
Roosevelt.
What?
Same thing.
Back to JJ.
Food 100.
There you go. Oh.
Hey, I got it.
Take it easy. What U.S. city is known for this deep dish pizza? Tyler.
Chicago.
That's right. Who we got now? James?
Music 100.
Music 100. Lil Nas X teamed up with this unlikely artist to create the hits song Old Town Road. James.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah, there you go, kid. I think we got the scores now, right? Our scores right now are JJ in first with 600 points, James in second. Oh, tied for second and first is James with 600 and Tyler in third with 400. When we come back, it's the lightning round. 10 questions with 3,000 points up for grabs. This is still anyone's game. We will be right back after this. Welcome back to Brain Busters. This is the lightning round. Here's how it works. The person with the least amount of points picks between the two categories. I will ask all 5 questions in that category before moving on to the second category. The person with the most points at the end of each round is our champion. Tyler, today you are our biggest loser, so you're going to get to pick our first category. What do you want to go with?
I'm going to go math.
You go math. Here we go. 100. What is the order of operations? Tyler, you were first.
PEMDAS. Or parentheses. Yeah, exponents.
Give it to him. 200. What is the total when you add all angles of a triangle? JJ.
90.
No? Tyler, what do you say? 180, there you go. 300. What is the number for pi? James.
3.14.
Yep. 400. How many sides does a decagon have? Tyler.
10.
There you go. 500. What is the formula for Pythagorean Theorem? Tyler.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
There you go. Come on.
Man,
Let's start with sports. the 2021 Super Bowl 55 champions? Tyler.
The Buccaneers.
There you go. 200. In bowling, 3 of these are called a turkey. James.
Strikes.
There you go. In baseball, how many outs must a pitcher get for a perfect game? Tyler.
27.
There you go. 400. How many yards are on a football field? JJ.
100.
There you, maybe they'll give it to you. What is the term used when a player scores 3 times in a hockey game? Tyler.
Hat trick.
There you go. After the
Yeah, I
last
won that.
What are we doing now? Our total scores are JJ with 1,000, James with 1,100, and Tyler, our winner, with 2,500. Congratulations, Tyler. You have won today's episode of Brain Busters. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching.
Thought I was the biggest loser though.